Ever wondered what it's like to explore the world like one of the most fascinating monarchs on the planet? You're about to find out. The Sultan of Oman redefines what luxury travel means with an awe-inspiring fleet. From the opulent Boeing private jets and lavish Airbus A320 of the Royal Flight of Oman to the magnificent Al Said, one of the world's most expensive yachts, his indulgence knows no bounds. Adding to the grandeur is his jaw-dropping car collection, featuring gems like the Bugatti Chiron and Mercedes Maybach. It's clear the Sultan doesn't just travel, but he does it in unmatched style and sophistication. Buckle up, as today we're pulling back the velvet curtain on the Sultan of Oman's luxurious globe-trotting escapades, his remarkable journey to power, and the incredible fortune that fuels it all. Prepare to be amazed by a world where the skies are private, the seas are exclusive, and no detail is ever too extravagant. Sultan of Oman, a journey in luxury. Hidden behind the majestic mountains of Oman and stretching across the golden deserts lies a kingdom of unparalleled beauty and grandeur. At its helm is Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, an icon of leadership, heritage and luxury. But what sets him apart on the world stage isn't just his wisdom, it's his opulent travel style. From the skies to the seas, Sultan Haitham's journeys are a spectacle of magnificence. When it comes to travel, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq spares no expense. From state-of-the-art private jets to majestic yachts that glide through the Arabian Sea, his journeys redefine luxury. Let's start with the skies, where the Sultan commands his kingdom from a bird's-eye view. Sultan Haitham's primary airborne chariot is no ordinary plane. The RFO, sometimes referred to as the Royal Flight of Oman, is home to the magnificent royal fleet of jets, one of the world's premier airlines. A $100 million Boeing 747, 430 and a $418.4 million Boeing 747 SB-27 are included in the RFO. The Sultan of Oman also owns Airbus A320, Airbus A319 and Gulfstream's 550S. Apart from these jets, the Sultan also has a few helicopters that are often used in cases of emergency when he needs to travel, or if the security team needs a vehicle to monitor the situation aerially, and the Super Puma is the one he opts for. However, the centerpiece of Sultan Haitham's aerial fleet is the Boeing 747, a flying palace in every sense of the word. This aircraft, custom built for the Sultan, is a technological marvel. Imagine stepping into a jet where gold accents gleam under custom lighting, plush leather seats rival the comfort of royal thrones, and silk-lined walls whisper tales of opulence. This isn't just a mode of transport, it's a statement of power. This jet features multiple bedrooms, a conference room equipped with cutting-edge communication systems, and even a private dining area where gourmet meals are served mid-flight. And the Sultan doesn't travel alone. His entourage, which includes high-ranking officials and personal staff, enjoys luxury seating arrangements designed for comfort and efficiency. This majestic aircraft is not only for personal use, it serves a crucial diplomatic role, transporting the Sultan on state visits, where every landing is a spectacle of grandeur. On board his Gulfstream 550S, Sultan Haitham experiences the epitome of modern aviation. From its ultra-modern cockpit to the sumptuous interiors, this jet represents the pinnacle of private aviation. The cabin is fitted with the finest leather upholstery, handcrafted wood finishes, and a state-of-the-art entertainment system, ensuring every flight feels like a smooth glide through the clouds. With a range that extends over 7,000 miles, the Gulfstream 550S gives Sultan Haitham the freedom to travel effortlessly between continents. Whether he's heading to business meetings in Europe or relaxing on the shores of the Seychelles, this jet ensures he arrives in supreme comfort and style. Picture this: plush leather seats that recline into beds, fine silk upholstery, and even a private suite with a king-size bed. The onboard dining experience is curated by top-tier chefs, offering delicacies from every corner of the globe. Need a meeting mid-flight? No problem. There's a conference room with satellite connectivity to keep Oman's affairs in check. When Sultan Haitham touches down, the luxury doesn't end, it shifts gears. His royal convoy is a jaw-dropping display of automotive elegance. Sultan Haitham is known to have a taste for precision engineering, and his collection of cars mirrors this perfectly. Moreover, traveling on the streets is quite dangerous for a sultan, and hence he has to travel in a bulletproof vehicle. Whenever the king travels, he travels in a vehicle that comes with tinted glass and is surrounded by multiple cars filled with guards just to keep him safe. Most royal families are big fans of Mercedes, and so is the royal family of the Sultanate of Oman. Speaking of Mercedes, the king owns a Mercedes Maybach S600, along with the Mercedes E-Classic limousine. The Sultan of Oman also owns a Range Rover Classic and a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, which he uses on special occasions. Because it is dangerous for a sultan to travel alone, he is usually accompanied by a chauffeur and many bodyguards. Additionally, the sultan's travel style is nicely complemented by the royal motorcade, which consists boasts of many kinds of luxury cars and motorbikes. Among the crown jewels of his collection, his Rolls-Royce takes up a superior spot, displaying a true symbol of aristocracy. With a bespoke interior tailored to his personal taste, it combines traditional craftsmanship with modern technology. It's not just a car, it's a rolling palace on four wheels, exuding understated power and grace. Tailored to the Sultan's specifications, these vehicles boast bulletproof armor, hand-stitched interiors, and a suspension system so smooth it feels like floating on air. Next, we talk about the favorite Mercedes Maybach S-Class, a blend of cutting-edge engineering and exclusive luxury. This is a car that doesn't just offer comfort, it offers absolute serenity. Whether he's being chauffeured to meetings or simply enjoying the Omani landscape, the Maybach is the perfect ride for a sultan who values both power and peace. But Sultan Haitham isn't just about classic luxury. He also knows how to command attention. The Bugatti Chiron, a monster of a machine, is owned by the royal family of Oman as well, and can often be seen speeding effortlessly across the highways of Oman. With a price tag nearing $3 million, this car is a statement of unmatched performance. For more rugged terrains, the Sultan opts for the Bentley Bentayga, an SUV that balances power with luxury. It's a symbol of versatility, ready to conquer both urban streets and the vast deserts of Oman. But no account of Sultan Haitham's lifestyle would be complete without mentioning his personal yacht, a floating palace that epitomizes the Sultan's passion for the sea. Whether cruising along Oman's coastline or docking at exclusive marinas, the Sultan's yacht is a testament to the country's wealth and maritime legacy. Sultan Haitham doesn't just rule over land and air, he reigns supreme at sea as well. When he sets sail, it's aboard one of the most extravagant yachts in the world. His primary yacht, the Al Said, is an absolute masterpiece. Measuring over 155 meters in length, it is one of the largest and most opulent private yachts on the planet. It's not just a yacht, it's a floating palace equipped with every imaginable luxury. From multiple pools to state-of-the-art spas, it's the perfect way for Sultan Haitham to unwind while exploring the stunning coastlines of the Arabian Gulf. Commissioned by Sultan Qaboos bin Said, the $600 million mega yacht is the seventh largest in the world. With a spacious 538 square foot sleeping area and a separate 431 square foot dressing room, the owner's suite alone is a lesson in royalty. The suite has a hot tub in the bathroom, a bar and an office. The massive 6 decks of Al Said can comfortably house 26 cabins and 70 guests. Built by Lursen, a name synonymous with prestige, this yacht is a marvel of engineering and design. The yacht's exteriors exude elegance, but it's the interiors that steal the show. The Sultan's private quarters are fit for a king, literally, with intricate woodwork, hand-woven carpets and panoramic views of the ocean. The yacht boasts a concert hall that can host a 50-piece orchestra, perfect for private performances at sea. There's also a helipad for VIP guests, a cinema, and a spa offering the finest treatments. The ship offers multiple meeting rooms, a private movie theater, fully furnished medical facilities, and a dental treatment area. The interiors are decorated with magnificent Omani embellishments, many of which were created by Omani artisans. Imagine a vessel with multiple decks, helipads, and even an onboard concert hall that can host a full orchestra. The Sultan's yacht serves as both a private retreat and a mobile diplomatic venue, showcasing Omani hospitality in its finest form. Then there's the magnificent yacht known as Fulk Al Salamah. Fulk Al Salamah, translated as Ship of Peace, is more than just a yacht. It is a floating palace, a vessel that embodies the luxurious lifestyle of one of the most respected monarchs in the Middle East. Measuring an impressive 164 meters in length, Fulk Al Salamah holds the title of one of the largest and most luxurious yachts in the world. But it's not just the size that sets this vessel apart. It's the fusion of traditional Omani design with modern luxury, a reflection of Sultan Haitham's reign and heritage. The yacht's builder is Mariotti Yachts from Italy, who launched Fulk Al Salamah in 2016. With an astonishing length of 522 feet, this magnificent Mariotti ship is longer than both Al Said and Russian businessman Alisher Usmanov's remarkable 512-foot Dilbar yacht. Referred to as the Royal Support Vessel, this $500 million boat is a superb super yacht in her own right, complete with a beach club, a beauty salon, a helipad and conference facilities. Construction of this floating marvel began in 2008 and was completed in 2016. While its price tag is rumored to be around $300 million, it's not the cost that captures the imagination. It's the attention to detail and craftsmanship that make Fulk Al Salamah an extraordinary work of art. But luxury isn't just about the vehicles, it's about the protocols that ensure a smooth and regal journey. Every royal trip is meticulously planned, with security measures that rival those of global superpowers. An advanced team scouts every location weeks before the Sultan's arrival. The royal motorcade includes a fleet of armored SUVs, motorcycles, emergency medical vehicles, and even horses sometimes, ensuring every contingency is covered. But the Sultan's luxurious travel is not limited to personal leisure. As a key figure in Middle Eastern diplomacy, Sultan Haitham frequently embarks on state visits to forge alliances, discuss business ventures, and promote Oman's interests on the global stage. As extravagant as his travel style is, it is merely a glimpse into the Sultan's broader world of unmatched luxury and indulgence. His lavish travel habits speak volumes about his taste for the finest things in life. But the Sultan of Oman's opulent lifestyle doesn't stop there. Behind the scenes, his entire existence, from his sprawling estates to his private collections, reveals a life dedicated to the pursuit of luxury and power that comes with the throne. The majestic lifestyle of Sultan of Oman. Home for Sultan Haitham is a series of opulent palaces, each carefully crafted to reflect his vision and the heritage of Oman. Each of Sultan Haitham's palaces is a haven of luxury, blending traditional Omani design with the finest modern amenities. From high ceilings with intricate woodwork to grandiose chandeliers and breathtaking views of the sea and mountains, every room in these palaces exudes regality. The Sultan's private residence offers him both comfort and the space to reflect, but also a public venue for receiving distinguished guests and hosting lavish state events. The Sultan's private residences are as grand as they are sacred. The Al Alam Palace in Muscat, Oman's capital, is a visual masterpiece. A symbol of both the Sultanate's proud history and its prosperous future, Al Alam stands as a beacon of Oman's royal heritage. The palace itself, with its gleaming blue and gold facade, is an architectural marvel. It is surrounded by lush gardens, reflecting pools and breathtaking vistas of Oman's mountainous terrain. Al Alam Palace, also known as the Flag Palace, is one of the Sultan's 6 homes. Despite being less elaborate than other royal homes, the castle's blue and gold exterior makes it culturally noteworthy. Rebuilt as a royal residence in 1972, the Flag Palace is a massive white structure with surfaces of highly polished marble. Within the royal grounds is a guest villa featuring a jacuzzi, pool, and well-kept walled gardens. The Mirani and Jalali forts, which were constructed by the Portuguese in the 16th century, protect the entire palace. The palace has previously welcomed rulers such as the Queen of England, King Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall, and the Queen of the Netherlands. But Al Alam is not the only residence that Sultan Haitham calls home. The Sultan boasts an extensive array of estates and palaces scattered across Oman, each one uniquely designed to serve both as a symbol of Oman's royal authority and a sanctuary of rest. Away from the urban landscape of Muscat, the Sultan's estates in Salalah, called the Al Hosn Palace, provide a serene retreat. With rolling hills, fragrant frankincense trees, and an abundance of natural beauty, these royal grounds offer a tranquil sanctuary for the Sultan and his guests. Here, modern luxury intertwines with nature, as sprawling gardens and private villas reflect the Sultan's commitment to preserving Oman's cultural heritage while embracing the luxuries of contemporary living. At least 9 houses in London and the south of England, valued at a combined $100 million, are owned by Oman's elite internationally. Hazelaw House, a 14-acre estate in Staffordshire, is one example. There is a 1785 fireplace in the master bedroom and a unique Colombian marble fireplace in the dining area of this 7-bedroom home with a Derbyshire flagstone floor. In 1980, the $35 million Wanham Manor was acquired. Deer meadows and an 800-metre lake are just a few features of this luxurious property. The Sultan's wardrobe is a stunning example of tradition meeting modernity. Haitham bin Tariq, a man known for his dignified poise and regal presence, dressed in the finest attire, an embodiment of Oman's sophisticated blend of heritage and contemporary style. His daily wear often includes the traditional dishdasha or kandura, a long robe made from the finest cotton, silks and luxurious fabrics. These robes are designed not only to offer comfort in the Omani heat, but also to symbolize a dignified and understated elegance. When the Sultan attends formal events, his attire is far from ordinary. His ceremonial robes are embroidered with intricate silver and gold threads that reflect Oman's rich history and craftsmanship. The Sultan's signature accessories include ornate daggers known as khanjar and elaborate turbans, which add an extra layer of regality to his persona. However, it's not always the traditional attire that defines his royal image. Haitham bin Tariq is also seen sporting custom-tailored Western suits, modern and sleek, yet with subtle cultural nuances woven into the fabric. Whether in the palace or on a state visit, the Sultan's wardrobe reflects his ability to bridge the gap between the old and the new. His lifestyle also reflects his commitment to Oman's rich culture. During his travels, Sultan Haitham is never without a touch of Omani heritage, from the distinctive dishdasha he wears during formal events to the khanjar, dagger, at his side. His attire always pays homage to centuries of tradition. And it's not just in his appearance. The Sultan's dedication to showcasing Oman's unparalleled beauty, its rich history, and its forward-thinking vision is evident in the places he visits and the relationships he nurtures. Generosity is another hallmark of Sultan Haitham bin Tariq's reign. Known for his ultra-generous gifts to both domestic and international leaders, he has built a reputation for fostering strong diplomatic ties through acts of kindness. Whether it's lavish presents of rare Omani frankincense or ceremonial gifts of gold and gemstones, Sultan Haitham's generosity is legendary. But it's not just about material wealth. His gifts often include personal tokens that reflect Oman's cultural pride, crafted art, historical manuscripts, and royal regalia, all symbolizing Oman's heritage. Perhaps the most iconic of his royal symbols is the Sultan's cavalry. The Omani royal cavalry, dressed in their ceremonial armor, rides through the streets with unmatched grace. The Sultan himself has a deep connection to his cavalry, often participating in royal events, where horse riding is an essential component of the Omani tradition. The cavalry's presence at royal ceremonies and state functions serves as a reminder of the Sultan's respect for his ancestors' warrior spirit and a way to showcase Oman's noble history and strength. Despite his royal status, Sultan Haitham remains deeply connected to Oman's culture and traditions. His lifestyle is not solely built around modern luxuries, but also rooted in the country's centuries-old customs. A keen lover of Omani falconry and horseback riding, the Sultan often spends his free time enjoying outdoor pursuits. While Sultan Haitham's wealth and luxury are evident in his personal lifestyle, his reign is also marked by diplomatic mastery. Known for his efforts to modernize Oman while preserving its deep-rooted traditions, the Sultan plays an instrumental role on the world stage. His generosity and sense of cultural pride are reflected not only in his country's resources, but also in his global connections. The wealth and influence Sultan Haitham commands today are the fruits of a life rich with history and preparation, beginning with his formative years and the steady climb that led him to power. The rise of his reign. What many see as a lavish life today is the culmination of a carefully plotted trajectory, one that began with a young man preparing for leadership from an early age. Born on the 11th of October 1954, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said was destined for a life of public service and leadership. He was born into the Al Said family, Oman's ruling dynasty, in a time when the country was undergoing significant change. His father, Tariq bin Taimur, was a prominent member of the royal family, and his mother was from the esteemed Al Busaid family, further solidifying his aristocratic lineage. Haitham grew up in the royal court, surrounded by the state's governance, and was closely linked to Oman's political and diplomatic circles. His family had a long-standing tradition of serving in high government positions, and Haitham's upbringing was marked by a combination of traditional royal education and a focus on diplomacy and international relations. Haitham received a well-rounded education with an emphasis on governance, diplomacy, and the responsibilities that come with leadership. He completed his primary education at Saidia School in Muscat and attended Brumana High School in Lebanon. To broaden his education, Haitham continued his studies abroad. He attended the British University of Oxford in the United Kingdom, where he studied in the field of foreign service and international relations. This international experience prepared him for his future role in Omani diplomacy and governance. Haitham's political journey began in 1986 when he joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Over the years, he held various key positions, including Under-Secretary for Political Affairs and Secretary General of the ministry. In 2002, he was appointed Minister of Heritage and Culture, a role he held until his ascension to the throne. But before Sultan Haitham could ascend the throne, the country had to undergo a monumental shift. To understand this, we must look back at the reign of Sultan Qaboos bin Said, Oman's longest reigning monarch. Sultan Qaboos ruled Oman for nearly 5 decades, from 1970 until his death in January 2020. During Sultan Qaboos's reign, Oman transformed from a largely isolated country into a modern and progressive state, both in terms of infrastructure and foreign diplomacy. He implemented sweeping reforms in education, healthcare, and industry, and his leadership was pivotal in establishing Oman's neutral and independent foreign policy. Sultan Qaboos was also the driving force behind Oman's peaceful approach to regional conflicts, often acting as a mediator between opposing sides. But as Sultan Qaboos grew older, questions surrounding succession became inevitable. Oman, like many Gulf monarchies, faced the challenge of selecting a successor, a process that that was traditionally shrouded in secrecy. In Oman, the role of the Sultan is far-reaching, encompassing both political leadership and spiritual guidance. The Sultan is not just a head of state, but also the guardian of Oman's customs and traditions, the symbol of unity and continuity. Unlike some other Gulf monarchies, Oman's sultans have historically exercised a great deal of personal authority, making decisions that directly impact the country's foreign relations, economic policies, and social progress. Sultan Qaboos's reign was a period of consolidation, where he firmly cemented the Sultanate's independence and cultivated Oman's image as a peaceful, neutral nation in the Middle East. His death in January 2020 marked the end of an era, and the country faced a crucial moment in determining its future direction. Sultan Qaboos's death left behind a well-thought-out but secretive succession plan. In the days following his passing, the royal family's council was tasked with selecting a new sultan from among the royal family. This process was not entirely public, but it was clear that Qaboos had a plan in place, and this is where fate decided to reward Haytham bin Tariq with numerous bounties and welcome him to a new period in his life as the King of Oman. Prior to his death, Sultan Qaboos had written a letter naming his preferred successor. The letter was revealed to the public only after the Sultan's passing, and it named Haytham bin Tariq as the next Sultan of Oman. This move was seen as both a continuation of the policies of Sultan Qaboos and a fresh approach to Oman's future. Haytham bin Tariq's rise to power was smooth, largely due to the careful planning of Sultan Qaboos and the respect he commanded within the royal family. Haytham, who had served in various key governmental positions, was well known to the people of Oman. He had served as the Minister of Heritage and Culture, where he worked to preserve Oman's rich cultural heritage, as well as in the diplomatic realm, representing Oman at international forums. His experience in foreign relations proved essential as Oman faced a changing geopolitical landscape. Haytham's first actions as Sultan involved consolidating his power domestically and reassuring the world that Oman's foreign policy would remain a pillar of neutrality and peace. Upon assuming the throne, Sultan Haytham made it clear that his vision for Oman would be to build upon the legacy of his predecessor while addressing the challenges of a new era. One of his primary focuses has been economic diversification. Oman, like many oil-rich nations, faces the challenge of moving away from reliance on oil exports to ensure long-term prosperity. Sultan Haytham has emphasized the importance of investing in education, technology, and sustainable industries, while also cultivating Oman's role as a regional hub for business and tourism. His diplomatic approach has been rooted in the same neutrality and pragmatism that defined Sultan Qaboos's reign. Oman's role as a mediator in Middle Eastern conflicts remains strong, and Sultan Haytham has already made efforts to maintain Oman's neutral stance in the region's ongoing power struggles. The rise of Sultan Haytham bin Tariq was more than just a change of leadership. It was the beginning of a new era for the Sultanate of Oman. Sultan Haytham bin Tariq's life is a life of luxury, but also of responsibility, tradition, and honor. A ruler who seamlessly blends ancient Omani heritage with the demands of modern governance, his life remains a grand symphony of elegance, diplomacy, and generosity. A life that continues to inspire admiration both within Oman and across the world. If you enjoyed this video, do check out other cards on your screen for more similar content.